out and said she stands for, no matter what the issue is or what side of the coin you prefer. She is definitely more, she wants more transparency, because that's something that our city council clearly does not care about.
I have a question about that as well, because
and I think that's a good
you
thing.
would not share your Facebook where you had deleted several comments from people, and I requested that, and you did not supply yours, but Justin Burnett supplied his. So since you believe in transparency, would you be willing to share those comments that you hid that were not in any way questionable?
Well, no, there were a lot of comments that people made that were crude.
There are a lot that weren't because I have the screenshots. So are you willing to share the ones that are not, since you believe in transparency?
Well, you know, my Facebook page is not, it's not an extension of me on council. This is a campaign page that I share information.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want to get into a big argument all the time and have to check my Facebook page. That's what I prefer people call me, and like I told you, I prefer if you call me. I gave you my phone number, and if people email me, because I don't have time to sit there and try to respond back to the Facebook.
But why monitor it? Why not
And
let
so-
the record stand and let the people speak?
Well, because
that's
you know, the
The
transparency.
council should be transparent, not
Right.
every single person's individual life.
And
I don't
the
even know
purpose
what's
of
going
This
on.
is her government one, not her personal one. Your personal one is yours,
It's my
and I
campaign,
understand.
yeah. And
I'm talking
yeah.
about your Fulnecky for Springfield, where you also
It's
hid
my
comments.
campaign page.
Yes.
Yeah. And so when people
But
are
that can be
rude
transparent.
and if they're asking me questions, legitimate questions, I think that's fine.
But I have screenshots
But-
of people who did, and those are not found
okay,
there
well,
now.
we can talk about that after.
I
just
would
want,
like to hear that you'd be willing to share that in the interest of transparency, since that's what you want.
Well, the transparency I'm talking about is a freedom, like under the Sunshine Law. When
So
the
would you
group-
not stand by your
the
word
government-
then? Because it's your words that were deleted.
The only
Those
I'm just
emails.
well the things that I delete are when people are rude on my Facebook
But I'm telling you, I have
page,
screenshots where they weren't, so would you be
Okay,
willing
well,
to share those?
let's talk about that, because I don't know if that's true.
Let's
or not.
talk about that. I have the screenshots. I
Okay.
can send them to you.
I want this. to
But
be
if I showed you
productive,
those,
Dawn.
would you share your record? That's all I want is a yes or no. You don't
I
have to
don't
keep
know what
back
you're
talking.
talking about, so we can talk. About
Yes
it.
or no, would you share it?
Bond. The way, the whole purpose of this is for me to talk, and that's
I'm
a
interested
concern
in
of yours.
transparency because I'm interested in the sunshine law and the
As
issue.
far
So I'm
as
asking you a very
meetings
simple
and
question.
expenditures and things like that.
Would you share
Yeah,
your
Transparency.
Facebook?
And, you know,
It's a good
and-
thing, and it doesn't happen right now.
And this is the transparency is when we have 3 people in Japan, and I asked how much it was to go, and I'm sure you're going to investigate that, aren't you?
Of course.
How much it's going to cost the city, because when we voted on it, I said, why are we sending
And when I
3
publish
council,
those, I'll share them with everyone.
3 council people to Japan on the city's dime when we could use that money for other uses? Because it looks from the outside looking in, it looks like it's a vacation. And so when we voted on it, nobody knew what the amount was.
When there's no budget. Did you already say that part?
Yeah. So we
there's no
didn't know
budget.
how much it was.
So you need
Yeah.
transparency for other people.
No, I'm transparent because I don't travel on the city's
Everything
dime.
involves the city money and what happens during a council session.
But this involves her discussion with citizens of Springfield in a public forum. And the
During her
sunshine law is
campaign,
not that clear.
Not during a meeting.
But you know, the city attorney said that we have our campaign. It's not an extension of my city government. It's a campaign site. And when people are rude, I
So
just
you don't
shut it down.
have to, but would you? That's what I'm asking. Would you?
Share the rude comments with people. What's the
I'm not
purpose of
talking about the
that?
rude comments. I made that clear, so you don't need to go back
Okay,
there.
but
For the
I don't-
legitimate, clean questions and comments that were removed, would you be willing to provide them?
I'm going to have to talk to you because I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
I'm
totally
telling you
honest
what I'm
with you.
talking about. Where are you confused?
She's not going to give you an answer if you don't.
I mean,
if you say you have
But I
screenshots,
want a
she's
yes
not
or
going to
But
give you
no.
an
Vaughn,
answer.
I understand that you have a lot of concerns and that you come to council and you've targeted me, but I really want to hear.
I haven't
what-
targeted you. I'm simply
I-
asking you,
I know.
are you willing to
I know
do
that you
this?
have because you've tried to mess with my business and everything else. I just want to hear
How do you feel about that, by the way? Because I heard
Okay.
that it was moved up.
what. The,
Oh, did you not know?
What?
We'll discuss that later.
okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we got lots of things. to
Yes,
talk
I mean, I
Yeah.
have other citizens here.
But I'm
that-
just serious. If you're serious about transparency, my question is, will you be transparent?
Okay, so next we're going to. Did you have another question? Because I know that you had
No,
asked it.
no.
Okay. Okay, so crime is a big thing.
It was